17 years. We counted from the day we officially got together, during our college entrance summer. As for when we first started liking each other, that's long lost to time. We were the classic good students. Both from Pingtong. Both went to study in Kaohsiung. He at Kaohsiung Senior High, I at Kaohsiung Girls. We believed that studying was the only way to change our fate. And we truly lived by that. Somewhere along the line, someone had told us not to date until university. Looking back now, it was such a strange rule. Our lives followed nearly identical tracks. Our social circles overlapped. He was like the male version of me. I can't speak for him, but I can honestly say that in those 17 years, not once, not even for a second, did I want to give up on him. The only fundamental difference we ever had was about having children. We had agreed before marriage that we wouldn't have kids. He was the one who changed his mind. Why? Because he got rich. He thought, if I can afford it, why not? He said I could quit my job and live comfortably. But I didn't want that. I loved my work. I was on the rise in my career, and having a child would have meant giving up everything I'd worked so hard for. I didn't want to be a canary in a golden cage. I had worked my way up. I was capable. Why should I give it all up? And in truth, going back to work after giving birth wasn't even an option. In my company, there was an unspoken rule. Once a woman has a child, she can kiss any promotions goodbye. Everyone knew, even if no one said it aloud. At the heart of my fear was my father. I'd seen my dad look at my mom with disgust because of her C-section scar. A woman who's had a child isn't a woman anymore, he said. As if that justified cheating. He forced my mom to keep having kids until she gave him a son. In our home, after a woman used the toilet, she had to leave the seat up. For his convenience. One time my mom forgot, and he intentionally urinated all over the closed lid to teach her a lesson. I told him all this when we first started dating. On our first trip together, I noticed he sat to pee. I was stunned. Is it weird? He asked. I was taught this way. If there's a woman around, it's more hygienic. I want to be considerate of you. I cried. That was the first time I realized what it meant to be loved. And I couldn't help but wonder, why didn't my mom leave? She was once young and beautiful, had a good job, many admirers. But having children chained her to a man who never cherished her. I vowed that wouldn't be me. A woman must be financially independent. Even if she chooses to have children, she must have the power to leave if needed. So I wasn't absolutely against having kids. But only if I had the ability to raise one on my own. Yes, he's wealthy now. But I stood by him when he was deeply in debt. He even once handed me divorce papers. I'm sorry I can't give you a good life, he said. But at least I can set you free. You're still young. You deserve better. I tore up the papers. I didn't marry you for an easy life, I told him. I can provide that for myself. I married you because I love you. If it's hard, then so be it. I've known hardship all my life. He looked at me like I'd hung the stars. And we did survive those years on my salary alone. Business is risky. Even now, who's to say he won't lose everything again? That's why, when I found out he was cheating, I was shocked. I never thought our relationship was shaky, even if we disagreed on kids. But what truly crushed me was that the mistress came to confront me. You don't want children, do you? Let him go. She knew everything about us. I had no doubt anymore. I stared at her, young and beautiful, and a memory came back to me. When he proposed, I asked, why me? Why not someone younger and prettier? He said, pretty girls are for rich guys. A poor guy like me needs someone willing to fight beside him. Well, now that he's rich, I guess youth and beauty suddenly matter. Tell him, not me, I replied calmly. And let me give you one piece of advice, woman to woman, I added. A man who truly loves you would never make you the other woman. I went home and confronted him. He admitted to emotional infidelity but insisted there was no physical affair. She wasn't supposed to come to you. I never asked her to. So what now? I asked. Have you decided if you're going to have children? He asked in return. I was stunned. Our marriage was falling apart, and he was asking about kids. I have, I replied. I want a child in my life, but only with someone who loves me. And that's no longer you. Before he could say more, I cut him off. Let's divorce. My love has never had conditions, I told him. I won't accept conditions from you either. You want someone who'll have your child? Go find her. I'm not that woman. On the day we divorced, he cried. 17 years together, and it was the first time I saw him weep. We finally made it. Why are you leaving? He asked between sobs. Why do you have to be so stubborn? Why do you need all these principles? That was the moment I stopped doubting myself. Because those principles, my independence, gave me the strength to walk away. They allowed me to break the cycle my mother was trapped in. To end the pain of a generation, right here, with me. I've deleted all his contact info. We won't be in touch again. If this story gets published, let it be a message in a bottle. A final answer to his final question. A farewell to those 17 years. I only have one life, and I refuse to give it to someone who doesn't love me.